On this episode of the Procedurally Generated Show, Ethan shows the galaxy that he can host, and Cole goes deeper into Tron. Well, howdy, everybody. That is so forced. I'm going to keep it in here. Uh, Welcome to episode 131 of the Procedurally Generated Show. I am your host, Ethan, and joining me not joining me this week is Tony, but joining me because he's a real trooper is Cole.
Get to the chopper.
How's it going?
Pretty good, It's Saturday night.
Yeah,
Live from separate places, but still in the Texas
US.
region. Yeah.
Yeah, so Tony's not with us today because he is moving his daughter? Is
I
that what
think
it
that's
was?
right.
It was either the daughter or step. I don't know. Someone had to move, and he got roped into it, which is generally the problem whenever you have a pickup that can carry stuff.
Yeah, I've done that many a times.
The
It's
trick is
never fun. Yeah.
the trick is to buy a sports car.
I would help you move, but yeah. I don't know how many boxes will fit into this.
Yeah, I think we can only fit this one little plushie in my Mini Cooper here, so and then I'll
Yeah.
barely have room for myself.
Yeah. I have the dad version of a minivan, so I've got 6 rows of seats, so I can only fit a little bit, but I have to fold 3 of the rows down or whatever.
SUVs are pretty fun too, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yes.
anything spectacular you want to talk about before we dive on into the fun stuff?
Uh,
Yeah, I'm really reaching for words. Don't worry.
no. Uh, I mean, I got broke into, but that's not really exact.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse. So
Yeah,
it was really nice of them to leave your PlayStation for you.
that was, yeah. They saw how much time I put into this, like respect.
They went and decrypted some engrams for you, gained a light level, and all right, he's good now.
Mm. Where did my Polaris Lance go?
No.
It had exactly 1,337 kills. Gonna start over.
Oh no. Those jerks. We must find them and destroy them. Well, I don't have any awesome news other than, what we'll be talking about in the news. So, I guess with that, you want to tell us about your Tron experience?
Yes, I do. So this week, been
Mm-hmm.
playing Destiny 2.
As one
Nothing new there.
does, yeah.
Um, the reset came with another location or overflow. But they also introduced the first expunge mission, which continues their little storyline and stuff. And one of the weekly challenges was to do this mission in under 2 minutes, which after I did it the first 2-3 times by myself, I was like, okay, yeah, this is a fire team thing, and it takes some doing. But it's very cool. This third and final boss of the overload.
Is it Overload? I don't know.
Yeah. The third final boss is a Hydra, and the fighting corridor is a big hallway instead of
Oh,
boss
that
rooms.
Okay, yeah, that is Overload or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then in Expunge, which is this new, like, not really a dungeon, but it's a mission that has you exploring different levels to find your way around. It's very, very, very. I mean, all this stuff that has to do with the Vex network is very Tron looking. Um, but this one has you going around twists and turns in your semi labyrinthine maze,
You
getting
know,
to the end.
honestly, looking at it, it really, I mean, it does have that Tron look to it, but at the same time, it also just screams like this is just bare minimum design with some holographic stuff thrown over the top of it.
I could I could see that. Yeah,
And I'm not even mad. I mean, that's a genius way to go about it. But man,
you don't have to do very many. You don't have to worry about texture. You have to worry much about lighting because it's all
everything in there's lit.
yeah. It's it's very polygonal and just the lines and stuff itself. But I like it. It also reminds me of Prophecy Dungeon, little line like spots and stuff.
Okay.
But it's good. It's very short, which is why it's feasible to do it under 10 minutes. The first time that we tried it as a group, we got we finished it right at 10 minutes, and the challenge is to do it under 10 minutes, so we didn't get it. So we went back and we got it the next time. That was fun.
Right on the 10 minute, right on the 10 minute mark does not count.
Yeah, and then apparently, so the people who are running it like the fastest and stuff are doing it in like 5 minutes, and it's due to upgrades you can get throughout upgrading your splicer gauntlet, which I upgraded that, and it helps me. It doesn't help anybody else on my team. So
Yeah, if I had the upgrade and you unlocked it, then I'd be able to see the door you unlocked and go through at the same time. But because I don't have it, it doesn't do me any good when you go through there
yeah,
because I can just come in the back way then.
you were just watching me. You were me jump through a wall.
Yeah, it was a little confusing. Whereas on the overload, when someone would activate the platforms, I could see the platforms, I could jump at it, but I'd fall right through.
Gotcha. So yeah, it's gonna take a while just because the upgrades and stuff. It's not it's not as simple as just doing like some strikes and stuff to get the material. It's literally having to do challenges and to get that. So it's gonna take a while to fully unlock the gauntlet, but I've already got my seasonal mods done. Getting pretty far and uh, regilding my title, my Dredden title, some other things. It's a good season, and it's only 3 weeks in out of the. I think it's gonna be like 8 weeks. It's 50 something days left.
Really? Wow. Last season seemed like it lasted 12 months almost. It didn't. It was like 4 months, really, but still,
Yeah,
it lasted a while.
yeah. This one said, I think actually it said 87 days, so that's 2 months left and a week. So still lots of content to be released. We've only had one expunge mission. I assume there's going to be at least two more since we've got a total of 3 overflow. So we should have 3
Yeah.
expunge.
Yeah, we don't even know what that other unlock's going to be yet,
And
do
then
we?
I don't, and then there's got to be something like we haven't had something that looks like it's going to help get rid of the endless night over the city. So I'm thinking 3 weeks of that, 3 weeks of the expunge, and then some sort of boss.
Okay.
And then we still need to do the new raid.
Eventually we will, I'm sure.
So, but that's about it. Uh, just normal Destiny stuff. How about
Very
you?
nice.
What have you been up to? I don't quite understand the galaxy. I know you can host, but the galaxy?
Yeah, Mass Effect, you hop around areas of the galaxy, visit planets, show how awesome you are. hear a Wilhelm scream in the background of Cole's microphone. You know, the usual. So let's see. I think last time I barely had time to play, but I got a chance to play, and then I had Liara on my team. I have since gone around the galaxy. I have not progressed story at all. I'm just doing side missions.
Oh
Uh,
man.
I went to the moon on there, like Earth moon.
Yeah.
Did did all the stuff on there, fight against the AI and everything, and it's just crazy because playing Mass Effect 1, 2, and then 3. I think it's like towards the end of 3, you learn the truth of uh, yeah, a party member, Edie, I think's her name. She's she, she's your robot party member in 3. She's
Hmm.
Joker's waifu. There we go. And it's really awesome. In 2, Edie's your ship's AI or VI or something. VI AIs are like frowned upon, but VIs are fine. I don't get it, but she is your ship's brain, computer, whatever. And
Gotcha.
and that's when her relationship with Joker begins, and she like makes jokes towards uh, enslaving mankind, the whole knowing full well that he doesn't like her at that point, and then they grow to love each other in 3. But the rogue AI that you encounter on the moon, that's her. So she's in all 3 Mass Effect games. So it's just every time you encounter her, it's just this awesome little uh it's just it's really neat because you encounter her here and then she carries over to each game there, and it's like, wow, she was actually in the first game, and
Yeah.
you think you killed her because she's a rogue AI trying to kill you, and whenever you do, you get like this screen full of a binary, and if you translate it, it just says help. And so
Okay.
it's like, man, I feel so bad about doing that now, knowing what happens in the later games. But she's such an awesome partner, and she
Hmm.
doesn't resent you for it at all. So it's like, okay, cool, we can be friends.
So I do have a side note on that. Um,
Yes.
I was doing these gamer quizzes earlier
Okay.
today,
All right.
and this one was one of the ones that was like it was kind of like guess the game based on the badly explained plot, and
Okay.
this one the plot was like visit millions of planets that look all the same, or they look completely the same until you get close enough to the planet's core and or get bored. And I was like,
It's not Mass Effect. It
I know
must
that's what
be
that was my
No Man's
first one.
Sky.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was at first I was like, visit billions of planets. Is this Mass Effect? They're like, no, it's this new one that came out. What was it called? No Man's Sky was right. Yeah.
Yeah, all the planets in that game are like pretty much the same. It's a real sad thing. Although I haven't gone back since apparently they did like a good update or something. So
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Is it's gotten playable.
it's gotten multiplayer playable even, which was great. Like on launch day, that game was like, oh yeah, the odds of anyone meeting each other is like the blah blah blah, and like hours without hours of after launch, it's like, okay, well this guy he just discovered this area 4 hours ago. I'm gonna send him a message, and so those 2 guys try to meet up, and they're in the same location, but apparently they're on different servers, so they can't interact, and one's got daytime, and one's got nighttime on it. So this game's come
Uh,
a long way apparently.
yeah.
But yeah, just slowly working my way through Mass Effect here and there. And, you know, the best way to play a action RPG is to stack on a classic JRPG, right?
Oh yeah.
Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, or Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne came out a long time
Okay.
ago, actually, but this is the HD remaster on PS4, Switch, and Steam. Um, so got that in earlier this week. Started playing on that, and I'm not too far in there. I did the tutorial boss fight against, I think it's Fornerus or whatever his name is, in the hospital. Got out of there, traveling around, went into the internet, the devil internet, I guess you call it,
Yeah.
and fought a thing in there, and that was a pretty easy fight actually. And then finally got out of the internet in another location. So traveling around at the speed of sound, places to go. Got to save Tokyo. I'm really glad that ride more than I thought it would. uh, but yeah, it for a PS2 game to get a port like this, it looks like it's still a PS2 game,
Oh wow.
but it's like HD. If I don't know how to describe it.
It's got a nice little border around it.
No, it's widescreen. It does the full widescreen thing on there.
Okay.
The downside is there are videos on there, the cutscenes. It seems they're still using the PS2 ones on those, I guess. 'Cause I had some of them where it's like you're still in the 4x3 and they put some borders on there.
Yeah.
A little sad on that. Uh, I think there's been some quality of life improvements to this. I'm not 100% sure. But I do know there's like an easy mode. I don't remember if the PS2 version had an easy mode on it or not. I think it's called Merciless mode. I think is what it's called.
Mhm.
And I think the most annoying thing on here is they're charging for DLC, the Devil May Cry DLC in here, which was
Mhm.
which was the only version that we already had over here in the US on PS2. So they were charging us for content from the original game that was released here.
Wow.
Otherwise, we get the guy from is it Devil Summoner? I can barely see it on my shelf, and the dark lettering doesn't help. Yeah, I think it's Devil Summoner. I forget his name, Radu, something. Otherwise, he would be in there, but if you have the Devil May Cry thing, he's replaced with Dante from Devil May Cry
Uh,
2
right.
of all versions, which, I mean, I don't have a problem with him from 2. Just Devil May Cry 2 itself as a game is quite bad. So bad, in
Yeah.
fact, there's places where you can just stand still and the enemies will never hit you even though they're jumping around you. So, I did see one cutscene. Dante was like, well, I'm here for a job. This kind of sucks, and that was it.
Okay.
So, yeah, working my way through that and Mass Effect.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, stack on there all the other stuff I haven't finished, like Yakuza and that Mario
I
and
haven't.
Luigi series, and
I have all the Yakuzas that are on Game Pass downloaded,
I have all the
but
Yakuzas that are on Game Pass physical copies.
wow. But I have not played one yet because I know this will take a while.
Those games, they can be beaten in like 3 to 4 hours, actually, but if you do all the stuff in those, you're looking at like probably 80 hours each.
3 to 4 hours. Maybe I'll try it.
That's like speedrun time, though. And
Oh,
that's
okay.
streamlining everything and knowing. So, alright, I gotta use this weapon, have this item in my inventory, drink this at this time. There's a lot of item abuse in like 1 and 2 remakes.
Gotcha.
But, unless you have any questions, that's it from what I've been playing.
What's the weather like today?
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
All right, sounds good.
Alright, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back and talk about la news. Or as they say in America, the news. Alright, in the news this week, we have a Pokemon Diamond Pearl remake and Pokemon Legends of Arceus? I never knew how to say that name.
Hmm.
Anyway, we have the release dates for those finally. Diamond. Oh gosh, what is it? Shining Diamond and something Pearl. Either way, the remakes of Diamond and Pearl. You can expect those to be out November 11th.
Hey, that's my mom's birthday.
I was gonna say, isn't that like a Halo related date or something?
Veterans Day as well.
Oh, oh, November 7th. That's what I'm thinking of, right?
Yep, yep, Bungie Day.
It's also N7 Day. Mass Effect. Yeah? Eh?
Yep. So you can. So I'm gonna get my mom diamonds for her birthday. Pokemon Shining Diamond, that is.
Possibly the most ambitious Pokemon game to date will be available early next year. Nintendo announced that Pokemon Legends RC. I still don't know if I'm saying this correctly. Will be launching on Nintendo Switch January 28th, 2022. That game was announced back in February, so, almost a full year there. Let's see. Oh yeah, Diamond and Pearl was up for pre-order, and then the double pack also went up for pre-order like a day or so later on there. And that's like
Cool.
running like 110 or 120 bucks for the double pack on there, so keep that in mind. If it's still available, I don't know what all is in there other than both games.
Shiny.
Yeah, shiny. There we go. If you were looking forward to going to BlizzCon this year, well, let me crush your hopes and dreams right now. It's been canceled.
We didn't have enough minerals.
Blizzard went and Brited it. And anyone who's watched Community will get that reference. Everyone else is like, what does he mean? So BlizzCon's been canceled. I think we all really know the reason why is because they don't have anything to show. I mean, it's like, oh hey, we remember when we announced Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 and then that mobile game no one wanted to play? It's like, what are they going to show us that we haven't already seen, other than new content for or what where these games are at now, But God, I still need to find that playable version of that and download it.
Yeah.
But the real reason, according to what Blizzard says, is they're riding the COVID train on this, saying, yeah, we don't want to do this because of COVID.
Smart.
But we know, Blizzard, we know. Plus all the negative press that they've had lately, yeah. Okay, there was also a Monster Hunter event that Capcom did, where
That was on Wednesday, right?
there was like a lot of stuff happening Wednesday. It's been a crazy week actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, they showed off Monster Hunter Stories 2. We got a lot more look at that, English cutscenes and all this stuff, story plot stuff. I got to see that one of the characters from Stories 1 is returning to be your partner in this one to help. So that's pretty cool. I have her amiibo still. Spoiler there. Not going to say her name, but spoiler, it's a female. So that narrows it down to like 2 people in the whole game there. Let's see.
So the Palico.
I think the Palico was in there too from the trailer, but he wasn't like a focus point.
Gotcha.
But personally, I'm looking forward to Stories 2. Stories 1 was pretty good on 3DS. I think it also came to iOS and mobile devices. So if you haven't played that yet, do yourself a favor. If you find it for cheap, like in a GameStop or used or something, pick it up. I mean, it's a Monster Hunter RPG, but it's still Monster Hunter, and it's kind of falls into the rock paper scissors area there of battle, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
And they also talked about the new update for Monster Hunter Rise 3.0 update. Let's see. Players can finally see what happens when Thunder Serpent Narwhal, the game's final monster at launch, I probably should read Tony's notes before I just start talking about stuff and then try reading from the midway through. So we'll have Thunder Serpent Narwa meeting up with Wind Serpent Ibushi, and then there's uh, let's see.
We get to the part where it says not to spoil the story.
Yeah, skip past that.
Oh yeah, by the way.
Let's see, Crimson Glow Valstrax. What is this? A variant? Oh, it's a variant of flagship monster. Oh, that was the thing from Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Okay, all right. So, and we'll also have Apex Zenogre showing up. In other words, we're getting some new monsters and some harder versions of older monsters. And there's also gonna be like a bunch of Capcom crossover stuff.
I like that in a world.
Well, I mean, they do it with they've been doing it since DLC has been a thing, really.
Yeah.
Like you always get the Palicos that can dress up like Mega Man. You get like the Devil May Cry armor, so you can probably expect that stuff to happen again this time. Never did finish the Samus stuff from the 3DS version though, but that was Nintendo, not Capcom, on that crossover. That's because it was all Nintendo related at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Valve is making a portable thing that plays Steam games like Switch.
Is that the Ouya?
No. Ouya was very not portable for its small size and stature.
Is this the PlayStation Portal?
It's like, yeah, PlayStation Portable. There we go. Let's see. There's a report from Ars Technica that says Valve has been working on a portable Switch-like PC that can run games on the Steam platform through Linux. It's always through Linux, I've noticed on these things on here. Probably because it's easy to code for that, I guess.
And it doesn't give money to Microsoft.
Exactly. Take that, Microsoft. Take my money from Game Pass and let me have more games. They were leaning towards the device named SteamPal, and then there was like another code named Neptune, not to be confused with Neptunia, Nep, or other things. Apparently, this came from a string of Neptune optimized games. Though their intent is unclear, unless they're really fans of the Neptunia series. I have no idea.
Sega Saturn.
I think SteamPal would be a pretty good name on there, and people would be fine with that.
Sega Saturn, Steam Neptune, Xbox, Uranus.
Sega Dreamcast, man.
What was it? I don't know, keep going.
You tell me to keep going when you're talking, I'm trying to take a drink.
No, I was like, I can't remember.
No, you had your moment. It's over.
Exactly.
And, let's see. Quick note, Horizon Forbidden West had Sony showed off some of that. I haven't finished the first game. I've forgotten the girl's name, the main character. I don't like the way her face is looking in this new game. It's like thick, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but the internet's noticed it too. I mean, it was great that Sony showed it off and all that, but it seems everyone's mad because there's still no release date. It's like, get over it. They'll give a release date when it's ready for release, or closer to release.
Okay, and then I remember.
Yeah, go ahead.
I remember now what I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
I like the code names they come up with for like game consoles before they come out with it.
Oh yeah, like Scorpio.
Xbox 720.
Pretty sure.
Nintendo Revolution.
Dolphin. Ultra 64. I think it was just Ultra on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the final and only piece of news that anyone needs to know for the rest of this show is Sonic the Hedgehog is coming back fairly soon.
Get your baby Sonic keychain.
That's right, Sonic Colors Ultimate, a remake or re-release or whatever, HD re-release of Sonic Colors that were originally released on the Wii, is coming to Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and I'm betting it's coming to Steam. I'm betting. I don't know for sure on that one. I mean, most of the other ones have, so there's no reason for this one not to, since there's no more motion control involved.
So if I get a physical PS4 one, can I get that keychain?
If you get it pre-ordered for the launch, was it Sonic Colors Ultimate Launch Edition?
Okay.
Which I had to wait like 36 hours before I could pre-order, even though pre-orders had opened up. There was a Amazon error where no one could pre-order it because it wouldn't ship to anyone's address, no matter which version you tried to order.
That's weird.
And then later, like a day later, it's like PS4 and Xbox versions were sold out, and you still couldn't order the Switch version because it doesn't ship to your address. So it's like, what's going on here, guys? And then finally they got it fixed and put back in the stores. But that wasn't all. And this is all for Sonic's 30th anniversary, by the way. Sonic Origins, which is a collection of Sonic 1, 2, 3, 3 and Knuckles, and Sonic CD on modern consoles. And apparently there's like talk about widescreen support. And some people are complaining something about Sonic 3 and Knuckles not having widescreen support, but that's just because they didn't show that off, but it was said. I think one of the developers had to come out and say, yeah, it's on there, we just didn't show it off. But I forget where I saw that at, so it might be wishful thinking. So don't, take with a grain of salt what I just said there.
Okay.
And so you would think that'd be all, but no. They gave us like talks about more Sonic stuff, and then like I think there's gonna be a bunch of Sonic music and stuff. Crush 40's coming back and something, so that's cool. And then there was like the one more thing, and we see Sonic running through a forest. Blazing blue light flying behind him because he's going so fast because he's glowing blue.
Yeah.
And then you start seeing these little pink squares around him. And then it just camera pans out and you see this weird symbol. I think people are assuming that's going to be called Sonic Rangers. I'm not sure exactly if that's confirmed. But there's a new Sonic game coming in 2022. Looks like it's going to be a modern day Sonic game, so expect 3D action Sonic speed stuff.
Yeah.
And and as with most Sonic games, the worse the game is, the better the music is. So let's hope that we can find a happy medium on this one. Man. That's great. That's all the news, right, Cole? Definitely nothing else to talk about. Nothing that Tony holds dear to his heart.
No, I already talked about Dragon Quest Builders, and I think Dragon Quest said they're going to stop making games or anything like that.
Dragon Quest? That's not real. That's an impossible thing.
It's impossible.
But in all seriousness, there was a Dragon Quest thing as well. I think it happened like just before the Sonic thing, like the night before. So we we have a new Dragon Quest mobile game. It's a match 3 apparently, so don't get your hopes up there. Unless you like match 3, then sky's the limit. Go for it. Dragon Quest Treasures stars characters from Dragon Quest 11? Is that 11? Yeah, it's 11. Roman numerals. I'm sorry, it's hard to read those sometimes. It's gonna be an RPG, and will explore their lives before the events of Dragon Quest 11. Uh, Something about Dragon Quest X, Dragon Quest X offline, new art style, and doesn't require an internet connection, which I bet there'll be updates to it that are required anyway. Take that, Tony. I've seen through your notes and added my own stuff. And let's see, there was a teaser for Dragon Quest 12 being described as a Dragon Quest for adults. Nothing else is available on that info wise. Let me take a quick drink here. Good water. Great water. Remember to hydrate, kids. The next one is kind of a massive surprise that me and Tony have talked about multiple times. And this is a Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake of the original NES game using the Octopath Traveler art style.
That was a mouthful.
It really was. That's why I wanted to take a drink.
Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake
Of the original NES game using Octopath Traveler art style.
And if you wear your 3D glasses,
you can see all around the 2D art. Not really. But yes, there is a remake of Dragon Quest 3, and it's going to be using the Octopath Traveler style of engine gameplay and all that. So you'll have that 2D sprite in like a 3D world setting thing, which is really neat looking from Octopath Traveler series.
is that weird motion control thing that you guys saw at AGDQ?
No.
Octopath?
No. I don't even know what you're talking about. We'll figure that out later. Tony and I had discussed this multiple times about how I think Dragon Quest 1 and then like Final Fantasy needed like to use this Octopath Traveler style for remakes of their older games. That way you can keep a massive level of nostalgia in the style of your character pixelation art, and then put it into a 3-dimensional world still. And I think seeing Dragon Quest do this might just give us a boost where we might see it in the Final Fantasy. Like maybe we'll see a Final Fantasy 5 and 6 remake doing this. I don't know. I can be hopeful. It would definitely get me to play those games a lot quicker than what I have been trying to do with the PlayStation 1 versions of them that I own.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is everything Tony's got in the show notes with the Horizon Forbidden West thing that I added. Do you have anything, Cole?
Not yet, no.
Not yet. All right, we'll wait. How about now?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. I guess with that, we will go ahead and end the show. Cole, thank you for joining me here, so that way it's not as awkward doing this by myself, because you know I'm not going to do it by myself.
I was going to say, I was like, that would have been a really confusing and hilarious podcast, though. You've just been talking to yourself for like an hour straight. Oh, yeah. What did you play?
I think I would have just done a live stream and played a game, and then like, okay, well, let's see. We had some Dragon Quest news. And then we had this quest, blah, blah, blah. That's how it would have gone.
Yeah.
And then I probably would have gave up within 5 minutes and just play the game regularly. If it even got that far.
We're just doing the raid. Okay. Empowered left.
But yeah, seriously, thank you for joining me on this.
I'm glad to. Thank you for hosting. That was fun.
Yeah, now I should probably actually hit the record button.
Oh, crap.
No, I did. And thank you, everyone, for listening, and we will see you all next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the podcast. If you'd like to get a hold of us, you can send us an email to procedurallygeneratedent@gmail.com or direct message us on Twitter at ProGenENT. Facebook users can join our Facebook group by searching for Procedurally Generated. You can subscribe to the audio version of the podcast by going to Podbean or by searching for us on whatever podcast app you